Hey everyone, it's Bill McCafferty here. Today is Monday, November 23rd, 2020. It's been a while. I haven't been making the videos like I was pretty much real steadily for the first 10 months of the year. I apologize about that, but just a lot of stuff going on. Trying to get things wrapped up personally. Trying to get some things situated business-wise for the end of the year and kind of get ready for next year. So that's what's going on. I'm going to continue my videos. I'm going to continue my YouTube channel. I want to give a shout out and greatly appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my YouTube channel, people that have responded about the videos throughout the year, both liking them, giving me feedback, all good stuff. So I plan on over the next month doing still a couple videos, especially the ones my Friday asset manager videos, but I'm trying to rework some things and get some fresh ideas. So when I come out of the gate in 2021, I'm giving you guys good content and good information. So that's what's going on. So today it's Monday. So I'm going to do a little bit of a different thing here. I'm actually going to do my Friday episode, a day in the life of an asset manager / note investor. I'm going to do that today, and this is episode 31, right? So all good stuff. I wanted to do a video before the holiday coming up, Thanksgiving, and just didn't work out last week. Didn't work out over the weekend. So here I am. It's Monday, like I said, November 23rd, 2020, episode 31. So like we always do in the asset manager episodes, I start off with my client's portfolio, which is PMR2, my asset management company. Right now, PMR2 has 140 files, right? All good stuff. 140 files going into 2021 is going to keep me very busy with this company and all good things. So let's look at the numbers. New files boarded over the last, I believe this is about 3 weeks, 0. But if you remember, my one client gave me 40 files last month, so just been rocking on them, getting them situated. New borrower contact, 2. Lost MIT forms sent out, only 1. This business is interesting. I always feel like as we get close to Thanksgiving, through the end of the year, a lot of people kind of disappear, go quiet, go MIA, go hibernate. And, they probably want to spend some time with the family and kind of forget about their issues and their problems for a month. And then once the new year hits, there's a lot of great activity with people reaching out and getting stuff resolved, tax return time, new year, people setting resolutions, wanting to resolve things and get their lives moving forward. So that's been my experience with this business, and I don't think it's going to be any different. So lost MIT forms sent out, like I said, is 1. Received and processed, 0. Option form sent out, just 1 on that lost MIT form that I received. Some activity, new loan mods and payoffs sent out. That's 2. New loan mods received and processed, 0 on that. But I have received 3 payoffs over the last 3 weeks, and we processed those payoffs. Of the 3 payoffs, 2 were discounted payoffs, 2 decent payoffs for 2 different clients. And then the third one was a short sale in Pennsylvania that we dealt with. Nothing crazy, but, once again, this business is about helping people out and getting things resolved. So, homeowner was able to get rid of a property that they owed a lot of debt on, helped the realtor out and his team close a short sale. Gives me credibility with them. My client was okay with it. He didn't, know he was going to get anything anyway. So that was the short sale. Foreclosure sales, I had 1. That was 2 weeks ago. No, actually last week. So that foreclosure sale did not happen. Homeowner filed bankruptcy. So that particular state, Indiana, I could not postpone the sale. It had to be canceled. So homeowner filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy. We're going to find out over the next week, 2-3 weeks, what their intention is, how they're going to deal with the second mortgage, and what we're going to need to do to position ourselves. So that's what's going on there. No REO property sales. We had one file wiped. That was a Chapter 13 bankruptcy that had the motion granted 4 years ago to strip our second mortgage. Homeowner just completed the plan and the bankruptcy was discharged last month. So we just got word that our lien was stripped. We knew it was going there, and that's what happened. So that particular client will put that on a spreadsheet, and he's able to write that off at the end of the year with all his expenses and cost in that deal. Purchase price, legal fees, servicing fees, any fees that he paid me, he'll be able to write that off. So, that's what this business is. You need to play it long term, and you need to play it right. And when things don't work out, and they're not going to work out, just, be prepared. And, if you're doing okay, you're going to need write-offs. No files sold. So that's what's going on in PMR2. Like I said, I'm at 140 files with that. So there's going to be plenty of good things coming next year. So let's jump over into my portfolio, right, which is PDRS. And I always say PDRS is kind of an umbrella for everything that I have going on, right? PDRS is my LLC. I also talk about my self-directed IRA accounts, my health savings account. All my buckets are in this business. It's a very interesting business because I always say you don't want to put all your eggs in one app. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. But this business has a lot of different areas that you can invest in, between non-performing, reperforming, first mortgages, second mortgages, investing in funds, buying and selling note partials. So a lot of opportunity, and individually you're owning a mortgage on a certain property by one borrower throughout the country. So we did just experience COVID, which was crazy. So it's stuff like that you don't prepare for, but you just react in real time and handle it. So right now, PDRS hasn't purchased anything in the last month. If you remember the last few months, I was able to purchase a non-performer, and I purchased seven reperformers. So right now, 8 purchased. I always like to try to purchase one a month. That did not happen this year because I sat tight for the first 6 months of the year. But that's what's going on. Buying 8 assets is all good in my world. That's what it's all about. It's about assets and reducing your liabilities. So an update on the one non-performing note that I bought over the summer. That was my Louisville, Kentucky non-performing second that I bought. That particular loan, homeowner was a few years behind. I reached out, had contact right away. Took a little bit of a different strategy on this. Told that homeowner, you're only 2 years behind. If you start making payments right now, and I see 3 solid payments over a 3-month period, we can draft up a 1-page agreement that will bring your loan current, and we'll adjust the maturity date out, 24 months. I'll waive all late fees, and we'll make you current, so you don't have to pay any more late fees. There's no legal or foreclosure going. Just a different strategy, because this was one that was already reperforming, that was purchased. Homeowner just got a little bit behind. He was spotty for a while. And, I reached out, see what was going on. Said, hey, you make 3 payments. We'll go from there. So, if he didn't make the 3 payments and he got behind, maybe we would have to start the foreclosure and start legal. But we did not. So that was a different little strategy. So that's working out now. Just made his 4th payment. It was the first payment after we brought him current. So just, a creative strategy, things you can do. It's all about communication and working with people. So that's what's going on. One big thing that I'm doing right now, that I'm always kind of doing, but it's been real intense over the last month. A lot of times I get caught up working in my business, especially the client's portfolio. That thing doesn't move unless I'm working in it. My portfolio, it kind of does its thing. I need to work in it. But it moves along pretty well. with me just doing what I need to do. But a lot of times I get so caught up in that I don't work on my business. So over the last month, real intense on working on my business. So cleaning out my back office and my folder system real well, organizing it, creating new things, getting rid of stuff, figuring out different ways to store stuff and how to handle things. So that's one big thing. Personally, I've been positioning myself, not just business-wise, but personally, in my personal life, for 2021 and moving forward. I've always had a will and last testament, and medical power of attorney and power of attorney. But we did that well over 10 years ago. A lot has happened. So one of the big things with me this year with losing a very close family member was, I need to get this thing rock solid and buttoned up. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. I got a lot going on in business. I got a lot of assets. I got a lot of life insurance. I just got a lot of things going on. And as much as I always feel like I'm on top of it, it needed to get a lot tighter. So one guy that I see a lot of his podcast, and I actually go to at least one seminar, one class a year, is Mark Kohler. Mark Kohler is an accountant, an attorney, and an investor, and he's one of the best guys that I know. I've learned so much from him. I'm going to a virtual class next month, since he's not going to be doing anything live this year because of the COVID. So that's a Saturday. I'm going to spend 8 hours on a Saturday in my office watching him. Every time I watch him, I take a few things away. And, it's what I talk about. I just had a post about this week. He gives me the information, and it's going to come down to me taking action and executing and putting that stuff into my world. So many cool things that I've learned from him. And I love the fact that he's an attorney, he's an accountant, and he's an investor. He gets every single avenue of this business. So he understands the investor mindset, he understands the accountant, and he understands the legal ramifications of it. He keeps you clean and everything's legit. That is the power of Mark. And I always take cool stuff back to my accountant, and we incorporate it into my business. Some of the stuff's wild, and my accountant's like, what are we doing here? But he gets it. Mark understands the game. He knows what's going on. And, he's the one that has taught me a lot how to keep my profits and play the system and play the game. So with that said, one thing that I've done pretty aggressively this year is redo some of my estate plan, which is life insurance policies. I'm a big life insurance guy. I have term life insurance, and I also have whole. If you're not sure of the difference, research it. They're both powerful, and they're both different tools. So we redid a lot of the whole policies into universal index life. Some people think they're good. Some people think they're bad. I'm a risky guy. Did my homework, did my research, put myself around some good people. Paid a service this year to do a beneficiary review on my whole portfolio, my world. I needed somebody from the outside looking in that didn't have any ties or things to gain with their product that they would sell me or offer me. No matter how good people are, everyone always has an agenda and a tie to a product, and that's what they try to sell you. So all good stuff. So I'm finalizing that. There was actually 6 policies, 2 for me, 2 for the wife, and 1 for each kid. So that's at the very end. We're getting them squared away. So moving into 2021, that will all be situated. And then the biggest thing that I've done, and why I mentioned Mark Kohler earlier, is I'm doing an estate plan with a revocable trust. So here's my revocable trust, big binder. It's about 100 pages. It's pretty intense. Notary had to notarize about 13 pages. We had 2 witnesses that had to sign about 8 pages. And this spells out everything in my world, where it's going, where it's at, and what to do with it. So I don't want to go too long here, but it's cool to be back talking to everybody. So here's the deal. A revocable trust is a trust whereby provisions can be altered or canceled dependent on what the originator or the grantor of the trust wants out of it. So during the life of the trust, income can be earned and is distributed to the grantor or to the owner or the originator of the trust. And when that originator or grantor of the trust dies, everything in the revocable trust transfers to the beneficiaries of the trust, right? So clearly my beneficiaries are my kids, and, we have a revocable trust. That particular this revocable trust is going to own everything in my world. So right now I'm in the process of what's called funding the trust. And, there's different ways to do it with real property, with LLCs, with life insurance, with bank accounts. But at the end of the day, and when I move into 2021, everything in my world will either be owned by my trust, the trust will be the beneficiary of it, or like the bank accounts, when I pass away, the trust then owns the bank account. So a lot of paperwork, a lot of phone calls, a lot of good stuff going on. But that's what it is. At the end of the day, a trust is a mechanism that will ensure the continued management and preservation of all my assets should I, pass away or I become disabled. It's a very powerful thing. One of the main reasons that I wanted to do the revocable trust is to avoid probate and to, I don't want to say eliminate taxes, but definitely avoid my kids dealing with a lot of stuff and paying a lot of taxes on stuff that I work to get and that I own. So 4 main reasons that I like the trust and that people should think about a trust is it ensures privacy. So our trust has a name. It's not our name. It's another name. So when you search for it, you're going to have no idea what it is and who owns it. And that's the main thing, is it ensures privacy. It basically will make sure the wishes of the grantor, of the originator, are met. So not only is this going to protect everything, this is also a will. It has our power of attorney. It has our medical power of attorney. We had to name executors of it. We had to name trustees of it. So, when things do go south and I pass away, there's a trustee and there's an executor, both for myself and my wife, that will, listen to our wishes and make sure everything gets done the way it needs to get done. It protects your beneficiaries from creditors. Think about how cool that is. The kids are going to be beneficiaries of this trust. So when I pass away, if I own 50 assets and I own 10 bank accounts and, 10 life insurance policies, everything's going back into the trust. And the kids are the beneficiary. Now they own the trust, and everything that goes back into it, they own. I mean, does it get any powerful than that? It's pretty cool stuff. So think about that. And it may reduce state and estate taxes. So it's what I mentioned. It doesn't eliminate them, but it may reduce them. So that is what's going on in my world. As you can see, I always got a lot going on. For some reason, I keep bringing more on and keep trying to figure it out, right? Because if you stop learning, you stop earning. I love that statement, and I'm always going to live by it. And you guys know I'm a firm believer in, if you want to be better and you want to succeed, it all starts and it all ends with the person in the mirror and nobody else. Too many finger pointers, too many excuses. And believe me, I've been there and done that. There's nothing about that. It all starts and ends with you. I want everyone to have an awesome, happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some time with the family, relax, really dig deep. Remember what you're thankful for. Remember all your blessings. It is a crazy time right now with the COVID. Take your deep breaths. Like I always say, stay grounded, stay focused. Have a great rest of the week. Have an awesome holiday, and I will see you in December.